Welcome back to our Friday Night Football kickoff special here on Channel 9. This is the Queen City Jamboree at Gill Stadium. Game number 3 actually about to kick off. You're about to watch it right now. This will be Bedford versus Memorial. We've already had 2 games already finish up. We'll give you a recap. It was Salem versus Goffstown in the game number 1. Salem, after making the state semis, we just talked to head coach Steve Abraham. They looked really good, winning 30-0. So we'll be paying attention to the Blue Devils for sure this year. In game number 2, Bishop Guertin and Trinity. Bishop Guertin with a W as well. The Cardinals looking really good on offense. Matthew Sanasuaso still showing why he's one of the best QBs in the state. As you see this game kick off right here between Bedford and Memorial. Nice kickoff, nice tackle right there. Mike, a lot to get to, I know, in this block. We're going to send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Jonathan, we always love that live action right there. Thanks very much. Let's talk about some of the players expected to shine this season as they hope to lead their teams to playoff glory. We start in Derry, where a pair of best friends have already tasted a high school championship in another sport.
The Pinkerton Astros are trying to avenge a first-round exit in the playoffs last year. 2 of the seniors, hoping to do just that, chose to come to Pinkerton together, following their passion for sports.
I came from Pelham, he came from Windham, not ascending town, so coming in here knowing somebody, that definitely helped a lot.
Jacob Albert, a running back and cornerback, is expecting big things in 2022.
I feel like we have a lot of depth in places from younger guys that are stepping up, and we got a smart crew too.
With the first week of practice, usually you can't implement a lot of plays, and we were just going right at it, right? We were throwing a ton of stuff in right away, and our guys got the plays right away, which is something that's pretty unique.
Cole Yanako is a running back and linebacker. He and Jacob met while playing football and baseball when they were 12. They are equally as talented on the diamond. They're both committed to playing baseball at Merrimack College next year. And last season, they helped lead the Astros to their first D1 title in 36 years.
It was awesome. We haven't brought home a title for baseball since '86, so being able to do that was just a unique thing because it hasn't been done in so long, so it was awesome.
Both clearly skilled athletes, but who's more gifted?
Jacob, 100%.
We're both athletes in our own ways. I got a speed factor, he's got a power factor.
Cole and Jacob hope that combination will lead to a championship in football and another title in baseball.
And by the way, if the last name Yanako sounds familiar, it's because Cole's dad, Jay, was a high school baseball star at Pinkerton back in the day. He had a scholarship to Miami, but turned pro instead after being drafted in the 3rd round by the Red Sox in 1995. In his 8-year career, Jay made it as far as AAA baseball with 3 different teams: Pawtucket, Syracuse, and Memphis. All right, let's talk about the quarterback position. We always want to know who's leading the huddle out there on the field. We caught up with 2 of New Hampshire's top QBs, one a senior and the other a sophomore. Jonathan was just talking about this guy. Bishop Guertin's Matthew Sanasuaso is one of the best running threats in the state. He rushed for 1,301 yards and 15 touchdowns, while also finishing 2nd on the team with 60 tackles. The senior combined for almost 2,000 total yards and 19 touchdowns. He has a 3.4 GPA and is getting looks from the likes of UNH, Marist College, and Central Connecticut State. He's looking to step it up this season. The Cardinals lost to Salem in the first round of last year's D1 playoffs.
I was working with my trainer, Ben Brownsberger in Londonderry, and I've just been going to him for a while. And then also I've been seeing Trevor Knight, the quarterback coach, and then just working out by myself too. We're going to look great. We're going to look good. We have a lot of seniors this upcoming year, and we should be good.
All right, sticking with the quarterbacks, the next player you're about to learn more about was one of those names we got used to saying every Friday night. Big play after big play, and we expect even more of these for the 2022 season. He is a must-see player regardless of position. Jonathan Marshall shows us the bright future for this young man at Souhegan High School.
We knew he was going to be special, just maybe not that early.
Special is one way to describe the season Souhegan's Romy Jane had in 2021. He put the state on notice in Game 1, tossing 6 touchdowns. Jane finished his All-State campaign with almost 30 TDs. And I mentioned he was a freshman. It's year 2, and Jane is locked in for more.
Just make sure we're getting better, for myself. I just want to be winning games. That's what I'm most worried about right now.
Jane says he's watching more film, is stronger and more confident entering sophomore year.
Whether it was getting in the weight room or working with my trainer, Trevor Knight, just yeah, I'd say like every day I was trying to get better.
We can just ask him really quick, what are your reads on this? What's your progression? And he's boom, 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 boom. He's like, and we're giving him more autonomy in terms of being able to call certain things in our offense.
Jane being one of the top QB prospects in the state may be hard to imagine if you saw him just a few years ago.
I used to be like more a chunky kid, so like I always just like I was always physical, so I always like wherever coach put me, I'd do the best I can. So I even played center.
Jane's older brother was a QB, so the transition in the 8th grade was natural. Defenses are well aware of Jane's arm talents, but they better be ready for another added dimension.
I was a little more scared to run the ball, getting scared to hit, but that's why like putting on the sides and getting faster was a big thing for me this year. So I definitely want to expect running the ball more this year than I was last year.
For a prospect like Jane, it's easy to think about the future. Based off his trajectory, college ball is probably in his future.
He's a scholarship football player. What level is that? Is that BCS? Is that FCS? I'm not quite sure yet. But he's been in conversations with some high level programs, and it's all part of the journey, you know, the whole recruiting game.
I just want to focus on winning a ring with my boys this year, just winning games, because we have a really good team this year, and then who knows the next couple years.
Coming up next, Jamie Staten joins us live to talk about New Hampshire Tackles Hunger and show how you can get involved to help New Hampshire families in need. Plus, the Patriots playing their final preseason game tonight on WMUR. We will preview their game with the Las Vegas Raiders.